Yes, dear students. In the last class, we have discussed about that factor influencing the rate of reactions. So there are main important factor influencing the rate of reaction. The first one is nature of reactants. Okay, already we have discussed in the last class only, dear students. Let's see the second one is concentration of reactants. So the concentration of reactants, how it will be effect on the rate of the reaction. Generally, we know very well, dear students, except zero order reactions, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of reactants. Okay, so the concentration of reactants increases, the rate of reaction will be increases. Okay, for example, you have to take one chemical reaction. R is converted into P. The reactants here, N is the stoichiometric coefficients of reactants. Then the NR is converted into products. For this rate expression or rate law, the rate is equals to minus dr by dt. Means generally the rate we are expressing in terms of concentration of reactants only. So the minus dr by dt with respect to reactant, the rate is equals to decreasing the concentration of reactants. That's why minus symbol we are using. So minus dr by dt is directly proportional to concentration of reactants whole to the power of n, where n indicates the order of a reaction. Okay, n indicates the order of reaction, dear students. If n values starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 like this. So n equals to 0 means the rate is constant. R to the power of 0 is equals to 1, then the rate is equals to constant for zero order reaction. Okay, for zero order reaction. Okay, dear student, that's why except zero order reactions, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of reactants. So the concentration of reactants increases, the rate of reaction will be increases. For example, zinc metal you have to take, the zinc metal you have to place in dilute HCl. Here the concentration of HCl is very less. That's why the reaction it will be very slow and liberates of HCl is slowly. So the zinc Zn plus HCl is converted into ZnCl2 plus H2 gas. Hydrogen gas it will be liberates, dear students. So the 2 moles of HCl you have to take. If it is HCl, diluted HCl if you are used, means the reaction rate is slow. Means the reaction is very slow. If concentrated HCl if you are used, means the liberates HCl, H2S hydrogen gas, it's very fast, then the rate is more. The rate is more. Okay, dear students. So the rate is directly proportional to concentration of reactants always. If the concentration of reactants increases, the rate of the reaction will be increases. Generally, if the time is going on, if the rate of the reaction is gradually decreases with increasing the time, okay, the rate is directly proportional to concentration of reactants, and rate is inversely proportional to time. Inversely proportional to time, because the time increases, the concentration of reactants decreases. If concentration of reactants decreases, means the rate of reaction will be decreases. Okay, dear students. So the second important factor is concentration of reactants. Except zero order reactions, the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to concentration of reactants. If the concentration of reactants increases, the rate of reaction will be increases. Okay, dear students. And let's go for third factor. The third factor is temperature effect. Okay, how the temperature will be affect on the rate of the reaction. It's very clear, dear students. So the rate of reaction increases. The rate of reaction increases with increasing the temperature. Generally, the temperature increases, the rate of the reaction will be increases. Rate is directly proportional to temperature. Okay. So due to increasing the number of activated molecules, if temperature increases, the number of activated molecules will be increases, then the effective collisions will be increases, then that more amount of product will form. Hence the rate of reaction will be increases. So this effect of temperature we have to explain with the help of graph. So the effect of temperature is very, very important, dear students. Effect of temperature can be explained with help of graph between the fraction of molecules having particular energy, fraction of molecules having particular energy with respect to kinetic energy, If you observe that, for example, let's see the graphical representation, dear students. So while you observe this graphical representation, this is the on y-axis. If you have to take the fraction of molecules having particular energy, on the x-axis you have to take kinetic energy of the molecules, kinetic energy. Generally, the fraction of molecules, this is the first fraction of molecules. They are present at temperature T, Kelvin's temperature. If the temperature you are increased, then this is called activation energy. This height is called activation energy. Okay, dear students. Now at T Kelvin's temperature, the fraction of molecules means this area is showing that activated molecules ready to form products. If this temperature increases, then the activation energy will be decreases, then the more number of molecules will get activated, means the activated molecules area will be increases. Then this is the area, this is the extra area of the molecules are activated at T plus 10 Kelvin's temperature. Okay, dear students, so it shows that at T Kelvin's temperature, the number of molecules crossing the threshold energy, this threshold energy R is nothing but transition state energy. At that area, this is the area A, D, C, B. This is the area of the molecules. That many molecules means less number of molecules are crossed the activation energy or threshold energy when the temperature is low. Okay, if the temperature you are raised by 10 degrees or centigrade or 10 Kelvin's temperature, then that more number of molecules are activated and crossed the threshold energy. That area is A, F, E, B. This is the total area. Means if the temperature is increases, then the more number of molecules are crossed the threshold energy. Then that activated molecules are increases, then the rate of the reaction will be increases. Okay, the more number of molecules are crossed the threshold energy, hence the rate of reaction will be increases. That's why generally you have to remember, dear students, generally the rate of reaction is directly proportional to temperature. If temperature increases, then the rate of reaction will be increases. Why? Means because the more number of molecules are activated and those molecules can easily cross the threshold energy, can be converted into products. Because the temperature increases, then the activation energy or transition state energy barrier will be decreases. Then that more molecules are activated, can easily cross the threshold energy barrier, then converted into products. Okay, dear students. Now it's very easy, dear students, and we have to remember one important point. For every rising 10 degrees temperature, the rate of reaction or rate constant becomes double or triple. Means for 10 degrees temperature you are rise, T is equals to 10 degrees centigrade. If it is raised, then the rate or rate constant, becomes double or triple. Okay, dear students, the rate will be increased by either twice or thrice. Okay, now what is temperature coefficient? Temperature coefficient is represented by nu. Then it is defined as the temperature coefficient is defined as the ratio of the rate constant of a reaction at particular temperature to the rate constant of a reaction by 10 degrees lower temperature. Means the temperature coefficient is defined as the ratio of the rate constants at above 10 degrees centigrade temperature and certain temperature. For example, what I said, dear students, is the ratio as defined as the ratio of the rate constant of a reaction at particular temperature. The temperature is K T plus 10 degrees temperature, I said, and to the lower than 10 degrees less centigrade temperature you have to take, that is KT. So the nu is equals to is the ratio of the rate constant of a reaction at 10 degrees T plus 10 degrees centigrade temperature to the less than 10 degrees temperature, means KT is known as a temperature coefficient. Okay, dear students, is very, very important. Now we need to discuss about the relation between the rate of the reaction and the temperature coefficient. So the rate of reaction, how it will be, depends on the temperature coefficient. If the temperature coefficient, the rate is equals to nu to the power of T2 minus T1 by 10. So already we know that nu, for every 10 degrees rising the temperature, the nu value is 2 or 3. So if I am taking 2, then the rate is equals to 2 to the power of T2 minus T1 by 10. So this formula will help to find out the how many times the rate of the reaction is increased. We can find out very easily. Let's see related one important question, dear students. The temperature coefficient of a reaction nu is equals to 2. How many times the rate of the reaction is increased? The rate of reaction is increased when the temperature is increased from 300 Kelvin to 350 Kelvins. So the temperature is increased from 300 Kelvin to 350 Kelvins, means the temperature is raised by 50 degrees centigrade or 50 Kelvins temperature is increased. Then the rate will be increased how many times they are asked. So this kind of questions are very, very important, dear students. Let's see, for example, rate is equals to temperature coefficient value is 2. So the rate is equals to, already we know that the formula nu to the power of T2 minus T1 by 10. Okay, nu value is 2, then 2 to the power of T2 is 350 minus 300 divided by 10. Okay, dear students, the difference is 50. 50 by 10 is equals to 5. 2 to the power of 5 is nothing but 32. If the temperature is increased from 300 Kelvin to 350 Kelvins, means 50 degrees temperature is increased, then the rate will be increased by how many times, dear students? 32 times rate will be increased. We know why, means because we know very well, dear students, for every rising 10 degrees centigrade temperature, the rate of reaction is increased by twice. So here 300 to 310. Like again 310 to 320, 320 to 330, 330 to 430, 430 to 530, sorry 550, 440 to 550. Like here 2 times and 2 times, 2 times, 2 times and 2 times. Rate will be increased. Then how many times are present? Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the total rate increased by 2 to the power of 5. 2 to the power of 5 is nothing but 32 times. Okay, that's why the shortcut formula is equals to the rate of reaction is equals to, our rate is equals to 2 to the power of T2 minus T1 by 10. Then how many times the rate increased will get. Okay, this kind of questions are very, very important, dear students. So the third important factor is temperature effect. Okay, let's see, listen, temperature effect, how the temperature is affecting on the rate of the reaction. That points only we are discussed. Okay, this graphical representation is very, very important, dear students. For every rising the temperature, generally the rate of reaction will be increases. Why the temperature increases, the rate of reaction is increased, means because we know very well, dear students, if the temperature is increased, then that more number of molecules are activated and cross to the threshold energy state or transition state. Means the more number of molecules are crossing from the threshold energy, then they are converted into activated molecules. That activated molecules are converted into products. That's why the temperature increases, then the rate of reaction will be increases. So it's very clear. Then one important point, dear students, for every rising 10 degrees centigrade temperature, you have to increase. For example, the temperature is, if the temperature is T Kelvins temperature is present, then T plus 10 Kelvins, T plus 10 Kelvins temperature is present. So the initial temperature is T Kelvins. If the temperature is increased from T to T plus 10 Kelvins, then the rate is twice. So the rate of reaction is increased by 2 times or 3 times. Okay, then it's very clear. Then the temperature coefficient. What is temperature coefficient? Temperature coefficient is nothing but nu, is denoted by nu. It is the ratio between the rate constants of a reaction by the difference by 10 degrees centigrade temperature. For example, temperature coefficient nu here, what I said, dear student, is the ratio between the two rate constants which are differed by 10 degrees centigrade temperature. One rate constant, first one rate constant has 10 degrees more. The rate constant is measured at 10 degrees centigrade more. The second one is 10 degrees lower. For example, the temperature coefficient according to the definition, the nu is equals to k t plus 10 divided by kt. Okay, for example, t is equals to 20. If t is equals to 10 degrees centigrade or 10 kelvins, if you are measured, means the nu is equals to the rate constant of reaction at 20 degrees centigrade to the rate constant of reaction at 10 degrees centigrade. So this ratio, it must should be always is equals to 2 or 3. 2 or 3. That is known as a temperature coefficient. The temperature coefficient is always 2 or 3. For every rising 10 degrees centigrade temperature, the rate will become twice or thrice. That's why the nu may be equal to 2 or 3. 2 or 3. Then we know that relation between the rate of reaction and with respect to temperature coefficient at different temperatures. Then the rate is equals to nu to the power of T2 minus T1 by 10. Then nu commonly we have to consider as 2 only. That's why the rate is equals to 2 to the power of T2 minus T1 by 10. This formula is very, very important. Okay. And Arrhenius equation is very, very important, dear students. Arrhenius scientist has given one equation related to rate constant or rate of reaction. Arrhenius scientist has given one relation between the rate constant and temperature. Rate constant and temperature of a chemical reaction is given, is known as a Arrhenius equation. This Arrhenius equation is very, very important. Okay, let's see, dear students, what is Arrhenius equation. Arrhenius equation, K means rate constant is equals to A into e to the power of minus EA by RT, where K is called rate constant and A is called frequency factor or Arrhenius factor. Okay, and EA is nothing but activation energy. EA is nothing but activation energy, dear students. And R is equals to gas constant. R is equals to gas constant and T is equals to absolute temperature. Absolute temperature. Okay, dear students. So the Arrhenius equation, K is equals to A into e to the power of minus EA by RT. EA by RT. Okay. Then K is equals to rate constant. A is equals to frequency factor or Arrhenius factor. And EA, capital E, small a means activation energy, the symbol for activation energy. R is equals to gas constant. T is equals to absolute temperature. In the Arrhenius equation, my e to the power of minus EA by RT represents the, always it represents the fraction of molecules having equal or greater than the activation energy. So, okay, EA by e to the power of minus EA by RT. E to the power of minus EA by RT represents the fraction of molecules having equal or greater than the activation energy. If the molecules are more than the activation energy, then only they converted into products. If more number of molecules are activated and they are getting more than the activation energy, then they are getting more than the activation energy, then that molecules all will be crossed to the threshold energy state. Then they are converted into products by the effect, undergoes effective collisions, effective collisions. So that point is very, very important, dear students. Okay, so EA by e to the power of minus EA by RT represents the fraction of molecules having equal or greater than the activation energy. Equal or greater than the activation energy. Now we need to discuss about the collision theory. Arrhenius has proposed the collision theory to explain the formation of to explains the formation of products, and he calculated the rate constant of a bimolecular reactions or elementary reactions. Okay, that we are now we'll discuss here, students. Okay, calculation of before discussing that, calculation of activation energy from Arrhenius equation at different temperatures now we'll discuss. But this equation is very, very important, and graphical representations also now we'll discuss. Okay, calculation of activation energy from Arrhenius equation at different temperatures. We know that Arrhenius equation K is equals to A into e to the power of minus EA by RT. Just you have to apply logarithm ln on both sides. Ln K is equals to this e to the power of minus EA by RT becomes minus EA by RT, because ln E is equals to 1. Okay, ln E is equals to 1. Then EA by RT plus ln A it will comes. Ln A is constant because A means Arrhenius factor or a probability factor. It is always a constant. Okay, this is let it be equation 1. So in that it shows that increasing the temperature. In the equation 1 shows that increasing the temperature or decreasing the activation energy. Generally, we know very well, dear students, the temperature increases, then the activation energy will be decreases, which results the increasing the rate of reaction or rate constant. So the temperature increases, then the activation energy will be decreases, then the rate or rate constant value, K value will be increases. Okay, now the above equation, let you have to apply that at different temperatures. At T1 temperature, the equation 1 becomes, at T1 temperature, the rate constant is K1, then ln K1 is equals to minus EA by RT1 plus ln A. And at T2 temperature, the equation 1 becomes ln K2 is equals to minus EA by RT2 plus ln A. Okay, these are the equation 1 and equation 2. Just you have to do that equation 3 minus 2. Then ln K2 minus ln K1 is equals to EA by RT1 minus EA by RT2. Then EA by R you have to take common, dear students. Then ln K2 log A minus log B is equals to log A by B. According to that, ln K2 minus ln K1 is equals to ln K2 by K1. Then from this EA by R, if you are taking common, means it is equals to EA by R into 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2 will comes. Okay, now just you have to apply that ln you have to convert into LOG, means we have to multiply it with 2.303. So this is nothing but 2.303 log K2 by K1 is equals to EA by R into 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. Then this 2.303, this side is denominator, numerator, then it is coming to the right side and it becomes a denominator. Therefore, log K2 by K1 is equals to EA by 2.303 R into this 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2, the LCM is T1 and T2, then it is equals to T2 minus T1 by T1 into T2. This is the final formula, dear students. So here the K2 is equals to the rate constant at T2 temperature. K1 is equals to rate constant at T1 temperature. EA is equals to activation energy. R is equals to gas constant. Okay. So from this equation, by using this equation, we can find out activation energy very easily. So this related problem, so many times they are asked in board examination as well as in JEE examination also. So the rate constants K1 and K2 value they will give, and T1 and T2 value they will give, and R value we know that R is nothing but gas constant. We have to find out the activation energy of a chemical reaction. We need to find out EA value. We need to find out. Okay, is very, very important, activation energy calculations. So and compulsory this problem. This formula based problems compulsory they are asking in a board examination as well as in a JEE examination also. Okay, now Arrhenius equation related graphical representations now we need to discuss. Okay, dear students, let's see that graphical representation is very, very important. These graphs also they are asking in objective board examination as well as in objective examination. So first you have to consider that equation ln k is equals to, because we know that k is equals to a into e to the power of minus ea by rt. ea by rt, then you have to apply that ln k is equals to minus ea by rt plus ln a. Okay, it's very clear. You have to take this equation, dear students, and another equation you have to apply that logarithms. Then you want to apply that logarithm means we have to multiply it with 2.303. The 2.303 is coming to the right side, it becomes a denominator. That equation also we know that is log k is equals to minus ea by 2.303 r into 1 by t. Okay, these two equations are very, very important, plus ln a, log a. Okay, then here printing mistake, dear students, log a. Then these equations are seems to be y is equals to minus mx plus c. Minus m means the slope is negative slope. It indicates the negative slope. Okay, it indicates the negative slope, dear students. Just you have to take this equation seems to be y is equals to mx plus c. Y is equals to mx plus c. Here in the above equation, y is equals to log k. Okay, and on x-axis you have to take 1 by t. X-axis you have to take 1 by t, dear student, and due to that negative slope, the graph will comes downside. Okay, and the slope, negative slope means this is the slope. The negative slope m is equals to minus ea by 2.303 r. So the slope m is equals to minus ea by 2.303 r. When you are used log, log k with respect to 1 by t graph, this is nothing but log k versus 1 by t. If you are using the graph will comes like this. If you are used ln k with respect to 1 by t, ln k with respect to 1 by t graph you are used, the slope is equals to minus ea by r will come. These two graphs are very, very important. Okay, dear students, this is about Arrhenius equation, and by using Arrhenius equation, calculations of activation energy formula and graphical representation related to Arrhenius equation. Okay, very, very important. Let's go for next concept, dear students. The next important one is we have to explain that activated complex formation. Activated complex formation by using potential energy level diagram. So we have to draw the reaction coordinate with respect to potential energy level diagrams, in that how the activated complex is forming. With respect to activated complex formation, we have to explain that how the reactants converted into products. So it's very clear, dear students. According to Arrhenius, you have to take any chemical reaction. The reaction takes place when the reactant molecules are collide with each other and to forms an unstable activated complex. This unstable activated complex is also known as reaction intermediate state, and that reaction intermediate state converted into products, because that intermediate state is very less short-lived time and unstable, and it will be the bonds will breaks in between the reactant molecules. The bond will breaks and converted into products. For example, hydrogen iodide is formed from H2 and I2. How that hydrogen iodide is forming? By forming activated complex. So this is also very, very important question. Explain the formation of activated complex by using potential energy level diagram. Like that question they are asking in board examination. So the activated complex, how it will form, dear students? Because the reactants are converted into products. Any chemical reaction you have to take, how the reactants are converted into products. The reactant molecules are collide with each other, and they undergoes collisions and forms. In that collisions, effective collisions or fruitful collisions forms transition state intermediate or unstable activated complex they will forms. Then that unstable activated complex short-lived period means its lifespan is very, very less, and immediately the reactant, in between the reactants, the bond will breaks and converted into products. Okay, just listen carefully. The graphical representation for the formation of activated complex. What I said, dear students, formation of HI, H2 and I2. H2 and iodine, I2 reacting with each other to form 2HI. This H2 molecules and iodine molecules collide with each other and forms transition state or activated complex. Okay. Now this is the activated complex, dear student. This activated complex again converted into products because it is unstable. It is unstable, converted into products. You have to take a diagram, graphical representation with respect to potential energy and reaction coordinates. Okay, reactants has certain energy. This is the reactants energy, H2 and I2 energy initial state, and it is converted into products by the formation of activated complex and forms 2HI. This difference energy, this difference is HI, delta H. If delta H is negative, then it is exothermic. If delta H is positive, then it is called endothermic reactions. Okay, so the by formation of activated complex, then converted into products is very, very important. Okay, dear students, next class we'll discuss about that Arrhenius collision theory. Arrhenius collision theory and what is collision frequency and threshold energy, activation energy, that based on that how the exothermic reactions are forming and